Hi, this is Bob Weiss. We're here at Genevieve weekend at the KC Hall. We're here at the car show, and I'm speaking with
Chris Kurtz.
We're always looking for something unusual to show the viewers, and I think today we've certainly found something unusual. Tell us a little bit about your vehicle.
It's a 1943 GPA, which was built by the Ford Motor Company. It's basically a Jeep that was inserted into a boat body. Ford built it to cross rivers and do light reconnaissance work and that type of stuff. And they built about 12,000 of them. And they proved to be not real successful, so they're quite rare now to find them around.
Do you have any idea how many of these still exist?
No, I couldn't really tell how many are out there in the collectors.
Okay, and then you said this was built by Ford, and it was not real popular. Was it ever actually deployed into combat?
Yes, it was. They were deployed in combat, but they were a little clumsy to maneuver, and they tended to sink easily if overloaded and not handled properly.
I think most of us be familiar with its bigger cousin, the Duck, and this one, I've never seen anything quite like this one. How did you come by this?
I just found it from another collector in a different part of the country.
And what condition was it in when you got it?
It was pretty good condition. I did quite a bit of restoration work on it and then found all the accessories and got it ready to show.
And like everything else, when you're dealing with old vehicles, there's always something that needs to be done.
Oh yes, you got to love the tinker to own something like this.
It's a work in progress.
Yes, that's right.
All right, well, it's an awesome vehicle. I appreciate you coming out today and talking to us.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you. Okay, and I'm here today with
Jamie Buckite.
Jamie. Tell me about your car. What do you got here?
It's a 1925 Model T Roadster. It was my grandfather's car, so it's been in the family for a long, long time. I'm just a lucky grandson, I guess. We've always kept it well taken care of and kept it in the family, and this is pretty much what you see is the way that he wanted it. So it's as original as we can possibly get it, and we just kind of like to keep it that way.
So was it garaged or barn all those years?
It was always kept in a barn or garage out of the weather, and we've always kind of kept the motor turned over. He passed away when I was pretty young, so it means a whole lot to me to have this car. So.
And he bought this one brand new?
No, he didn't buy it brand new. I believe he bought it in the 50s when my mom was a teenager. He was kind of an antique car buff, and he had several over his lifetime, and this is the one that I ended up with.
And was this the only one he had left when he passed away?
He also had a 30 Model A sedan. Beautiful car that my aunt has got.
So both cars are still in the family?
In the family, that's right, that's right.
Well, you know, I think all of us wish that we had a grandpa that would have saved a car like this. So I'd say you're a pretty lucky guy to have come by this.
Very lucky, very lucky.
All right, well, hey, it's really awesome. I appreciate you showing to us and appreciate your time.
All right, thank you very much.
Tell me a little bit about your car and who are you?
My name's Rick Rude, or Rick and Tammy Rude. We own this 1940 Ford. This car come out of North Carolina. It went through the Barrett-Jackson auctions, and we bought it 8 years ago. Let's see, that, whatever that was. I can't calculate. But it's a nice car. It's an original 1940 Ford Business Coupe, which is a little bit rare because it doesn't have a back seat. It has storage for your briefcase. It's running a 383 Chevy stroker engine in it. It's dynoed out at 406 horsepower. Everything on the car is either powder coated, painted, chrome, or polished aluminum. So it's a very nice car. And then in 2002, we built the teardrop trailer, which is a replica of a 1947 Kinskill trailer. That's built on a 4x8 sheet of plywood, and yes, the wife and I actually camp in it. We've had it in Florida. We've spent 30 days down in Key West. We've been to New Orleans in it.
Pulling it with this vehicle?
No, we actually pulled the trailer on that trip with the Chattanooga Choo Choo truck. About the farthest we pulled it with the car, we've been to events in Louisville, Kentucky, Paris, Tennessee, up towards Chicago, and just mainly local around here. And yeah, we do sleep in it. A lot of people, that's the first question people ask us is if we sleep in it, and we do.
Well, you know, we're always looking for the unusual cars, and when I saw this one with the matching trailer, that's a little unusual.
Yes, yeah, it is.
The car itself, when you got the car, was it pretty much in the condition as now?
Yes, this car was built. A fellow in North Carolina built it, and he passed away, and his wife put it up for sale, and that's how we ended up finding it. I always wanted a 1940 Ford, but I wanted one that was nice. There's a lot of 40 Fords out there, but we haven't seen another one quite as nice as this one. I spend more time cleaning the undercarriage on a lift than I do cleaning the top of this car, and we drive it everywhere we go.
So this is not just a showroom car, this is a driver.
This is a driver, yes.
All right.
I wouldn't own anything I couldn't drive.
There you go. Well, thanks a lot. I appreciate you coming out and talking to us.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
And what is your name, sir?
Mike Allen,
Mike, what kind of car have you got here?
69 Chevelle SS396.
Okay, and how long have you had this car?
Close to 6 years.
And what condition was it in when you got it?
Really nice, like it is now.
So you haven't had to do a complete restoration on this.
Right.
This was a pretty nice car.
Yes, it's been a rotisserie restoration when I bought it.
So what possessed you to get this particular car? Is this something that you had when you were young, or?
No, I just like the muscle cars.
This was just one you just wanted?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, it's a beautiful car. I took a look at it earlier, looked through the inside and
you.
everything, and it is a beautiful car.
Yeah, it is. I really enjoy it.
And where are you from?
Moscow Mills, Missouri.
Oh, so you had a little drive to get down here today.
97 miles.
And you drove it. So it's a driver. It doesn't go on a trailer.
No.
That's great. Well, thanks a lot. I appreciate you talking to us today. Tell me a little bit about what you've got here today, and what's your name?
My name's Wayne Shire, and I live over at Zella, Missouri.
And what have you got here?
That's a 50 Ford convertible.
That's kind of a rare car, I would take.
Rare car, there's not too many around.
How did you come by this one?
I have been looking one for years. And there was a guy in St. Charles had two of them, and I went up there and bought this one.
So this was kind of a local car. St. Charles is kind of local. You didn't have to go 5 states away.
No, and most of them are out in California, western part of the country.
And what kind of condition was it in when you got it?
Pretty well about what you see right there.
So it was not a really rough car.
No,
And what all have you done with it since you've had it?
just took it apart and had it repainted. My son-in-law redid that for me. Put a new top on it.
And this is a showroom car, or is this a driver?
Driver,
you get to take it down the street and enjoy it.
right.
All right, well, and from what I understood a little earlier, you have plans for this car
My
someday?
grandson's going to get it someday.
He's going to be the lucky
He'll
recipient.
probably burn the wheels off of it when he first gets it.
Well, that's a pretty cool grandpa that'll do something like that. Well, thanks a lot. I appreciate
Okay,
you talking
thank
to
you.
me. And you are?
Kenny Head.
Kenny, tell me about your car. What do you got here?
It's a 1968 Volkswagen Standard Beetle.
You know, I think probably any of us from my generation, I think you're probably somewhere along my age, we've all grown to appreciate the Volkswagens because
That's everywhere I go. I hear it. You either owned a Volkswagen, or you had a friend that had a Volkswagen, or you remember taking a trip, and it's the great stories you hear.
I've never had a Volkswagen, but when I was in high school, my best friend did, and I went many miles in a Volkswagen.
My first car was a Volkswagen, a 1965 Beetle. I owned it for about a year, and the whole time I had it, the starter didn't work. I had to push start it everywhere I went, and date girls that lived on a hill.
There you go. So you're kind of reliving your
Yeah.
childhood with this car.
I have 3 of these Beetles now.
Do you really?
Yeah. The one I wanted to bring today had a little problem, so I just brought this one instead.
So, where did you get it, and what condition was it in?
It was very, very rough when I got it. I bought it from a man down in Perryville. It didn't run. It had a lot of rust.
I'm sure the floorboards in it were tip-top.
Yeah, especially back here in the battery box area. Yeah.
You could kind of do the Freddie Flintstone. You put your feet down and stop it.
Exactly. Yeah, it took a body off, cut the floor pans out, welded new ones in, and put the body back on.
Well, it's a really cool car. I think this is something, like I said, that a lot of us can relate to.
Yeah. I just love the little cars. I'll probably always have one.
Well, thanks a lot. I appreciate you bringing it out and talking to us today. And what is your name, sir?
Ron Cox.
Ron, tell me what you got here.
I got a 49 Plymouth Deluxe. I bought it when I was 16-year-old.
So this has been your car forever?
Yes.
Well, you know, there's not a lot of folks that can say they still have a car that they did when they were 16.
Yeah, that's true.
So I would say you must have had a certain love for this car to keep it all these years.
Well, it just kind of stuck in my blood, I guess. I'm from Arkansas, but I bought it when I was 16, and then I sold it about 10 years ago, and I regretted it. And a friend of mine, he put a rough paint job on it, stopped the surface rust, and got mad at the paint job and sold it at auction, and I bought it back.
So it left you for a little bit, but it came back.
2 years.
That is awesome. So, you know, we see a lot of the Fords, we see a lot of the Chevys. We don't see tons of the old Chryslers. Do you have any idea, is this still a pretty rare car?
Well, yeah, the most rare thing about this car, it's got a 3-rib bumper. Back in the early 60s, a lot of your hot rod builders would buy the 3-rib bumpers for their hot rods. I've actually been offered more for the bumpers at that time than you could get for the whole car.
Really? Well, what are your plans for it in the future? Do you ever plan on restoring it, or are you happy with it like it is?
I'm just going to play with it. I'm going to do a little bit to it.
You know, I'll be honest with you, I kind of like it the way it is. I think it has a little character.
Yeah, it does.
All right. Well, thanks a lot. I appreciate you. Are you from Arkansas? Or
I'm from Maynard, Arkansas.
is that where you live now? Or?
Yes, I brought this up here a year ago and left with a friend of mine. We put brakes on it, and I rebuilt the starter and generator and the voltage regulator, and he's done the work on it and what have you.
All right. Well, thanks a lot. I appreciate you bringing the car up. This is unusual, and I enjoyed looking at it.
Well, thank you.
Hi, thank you for watching Channel 798.
Thank you for watching Channel 7 and 98.
Hi, thank you very much for watching Channel 798.